on your pick, it seemed like you read it like you knew what play was coming. How early did you recognize that?
I recognized it pretty early. Coach Banks, he coaches us up real well. We've been through all those kinds of scenarios from those different alignments, and credit to him for just putting me in that position, and credit to my teammates and him for just trusting me to go make that play.
But like we asked the offense, it's cool to see the defense build off of something that they've done successful. It's just as cool for you guys to get turnovers and finally see the offense turn them into points.
Oh yeah, it's really fulfilling, and just it really gets that, like you said, momentum is a real thing, and it really just uplifts the team, the whole team, whenever offense is able to capitalize and go out there and make the most of the opportunities.
Jack, are you able to kind of look back at your senior group, go through COVID as hurrying recruiting kind of, and then coaching change, and you're ending. Obviously there's more to do, but end with this type of game at campus.
Man, it sums up who these guys are. Who that class was, and really who this team is. Everything is not perfect. A lot of these guys weren't given a chance other than CSU. Not the biggest, the strongest, the fastest guys, but man, they got heart. They got heart, and then they just fight. They just find a way to not give up, and for 4 quarters, we're just gonna play football, and that's the love we have for each other. And in the third quarter, I looked at the team and I said, it doesn't matter what the scoreboard is, just play for each other, play for the love of the game, play for the love of your brother, and just keep fighting. And that's what they did. So testament to who those guys are as people.
What was kind of going through your mind on that drive when Aiden forces that fumble just a few plays earlier? The quarterback had scrambled 16 yards on a 3rd and 15.
Mm-hmm.
What was kind of that thought process, seeing that and then getting the fumble?
I mean, dude, yeah, that guy's a warrior. He put it on the line for his team, and he has my respect forever. That was really gutsy performance by him, and just all around impressive. And they a lot of times that'll knock the wind out of a defense, and that would have been the end right there if we let them score. But like I said earlier, these guys just keep fighting. It doesn't matter what happens during that play. You got to line up and go again, and until you get in that end zone, it doesn't matter. You still got to see us on that field, and that's the mentality that we've adapted as a team, and we've tried to instill into this culture. And it's really good to see that being played out now.
As a defense, is there a little angst when they score it and they get the onside kick? Is there a little angst when you go right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I was pissed off. I know Vince had no idea, but if he would have went down, probably win that game.
Yeah.
And after they get that onside, it's not looking good. But we were a little heated, but you still got to drive 50 yards and get in the end zone, and we knew they weren't going to do that. So.
Well, I mean, you and Torrey became very close.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what he's gone through, and it was hard to see him go down a good loss for the season. But to see him stand on the field, wave to the crowd one last time.
Yeah, I mean, it breaks my heart what happened to him, but Torrey's a fighter, dude, and he's a baller. And, whatever team ends up having him is going to be extremely lucky. And that made my night getting to see him out there. He said he's possibly going to get to do it if it's kind of a blowout and we're winning, but I wasn't sure if he's going to suit up then, and he must have went back in that locker room and changed real quick. And so to be able to see him out there one last time, and just everything he's done for the green and gold, for the Rams, it's very fitting that he got the applause that he did, and standing ovation, and went out the way he did, because he's done so much for this team, on the field, but off the field as well.
And for you personally, though, the last couple of weeks you've continued to move up the career tackles chart. You now sit number 7. It's not something you ever really talked about, but that has to mean something to you and what you put into getting this turnaround going.
It does. I take great pride in that, and I'm happy that you told me about that and pointed that out, and I knew that, and I do take a lot of pride in that. That's those tackles add up, and I do it all over again. Putting my body on the line for these guys. I want to think about it again.
What's tomorrow gonna be like for you guys tomorrow night? Doing some scoreboard watching?
Got to.
Gotta
Yeah. Gotta hope that them boys in Reno can pull something off, man.
You gonna be a type that you gonna watch, or kind of try and tune it out in here?
We gotta watch.
I'm watching it.
we
Yeah,
gotta
hopefully
watch.
Tori's got some Nevada gear still. Throw that on. Yeah.
Different year, obviously different team, but was it kind of sweet to do this against this team, given, I mean, you guys had the 17-point lead on them last year, and obviously that game flipped. Kind
Yeah.
of have to throw the Uno reverse card at them this year.
Yeah, for 3 years that I've been here, we've lost in weird ways. The freshman year, there was the kick disaster. The next year, everything went wrong that could have went wrong. My boy Giles was the starting QB. But, I mean, you had Torrey Horton dropping balls, and Torrey Horton never drops a ball, So everything that could have went wrong. And so I think we lost by 3 or something like that. And then last year was a weird game. And so, these guys have had it coming up for a long time. And we said this whole week that this is a rivalry game. We're going to treat it as a rivalry game. And, that's what the boys did out there.
What can a fourth quarter like the one you guys had today do momentum-wise for you guys as you look ahead to maybe Mountain West Championship and a bowl game?
I would just say that it could really show that the love that we have for each other as a team and as a unit, I would say especially on the defensive side, but as a group, like as a whole adhesive unit, we could just show that as long as we're together, we can pull through and persevere through anything. Coach Norvell be calling us club fighters and stuff like that. We've really adopted that mentality of just, like Jack said, laying it on the line for each other. And, we always let each other know that God says the best way to go out is dying for your brother. And, I think we truly, truly believe that. And as you can see, like, we go out there regardless of the score, regardless of the situation, circumstances, or what the fans and crowd may think at that moment. We're going to go out there and lay it on the line for each other. And I think that going into the end of the season and just sending off the seniors and us right and just showing that to the young guys, showing that this is how the culture is and how it's going to be, I think that just does measures for us. Regardless of the situation, it just is going to permeate through the culture of what CSU is and how that affects us and what we stand for and what we want to put out there on the field and how we want to, praise God and in the process of doing that.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.